The reciters, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa jal farajahum. Inshallah, we're going to now. I'm going to invite Maulana Sayyid Hadi Yassin to come to the member and address the MOMIN, inshallah. Bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائم على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى لقاء يوم الدين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. May Allah inshallah accept our prayers, our dua, our fastings, our amal in this holy month of Ramadan. Reward us for our inshallah effort and our presence in these gatherings and majalis. Recite loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this great opportunity, another time, another day in the month of Ramadan. We are together, we were able to fast, we were able to do our responsibilities inshallah, and another day of month of Ramadan very quickly is passing. You can imagine now the first night when I said, before you notice this month will be over. I'm going to ask again those goals, individual and personal goals that we set for ourselves. Now after a few days from Ramadan, how are you feeling? Are you getting closer to achieving those goals? Do you feel that you are doing some efforts, putting some efforts? Where are you standing regarding those goals and achieving those goals? So last night we mentioned, last 2 nights, an important topic of how our religion and spirituality should be the most important part of our lives, with full of excitement and willingness for us to participate. And we mentioned that this excitement is the terminology of Islam, Quran, that makes someone satisfied and eager to go towards this. When you hear about the ibadat of Ahlul Bayt, the salat of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the ibadat of Sayyidah Fatima salamullah alayha, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, the ibadat and fastings and whatever you hear, a'mal of our imams and the Prophet, to that extent, to that scale, it's impossible that they just do it without enjoying it. Impossible, because 1 time, 2 times, 3 times in front of others, right? Finally, someone gets tired of that. But when someone is used to that, it became the lifestyle of that person, meaning that they enjoy that relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This story that I always give, when Allah told Musa, what do you have in your hand in Quran, right? The answer is one thing, I have my staff. But Musa is lengthening that conversation, doesn't want to end that conversation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because he's enjoying it. He's enjoying being in contact and relationship and talk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, if deen and dindari and religiosity, spirituality is supposed to be satisfying and exciting, we need to remove the obstacles towards this goal and achievement. And we mentioned one of those is our perception, wrong perceptions towards deen, towards our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The most important part when we say relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if I ask you, what are you seeking by fasting, by Ramadan, by everything, you will say closeness to Allah, don't you, right? I want to get closer to Allah. And if I ask you to define it, I don't know how many of you guys can define what does it mean to get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? What is this closeness? Where is He that you need to, what is it? How many steps you have to go and take to get to Him, right? The most important part when it comes to our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a topic of obedience and commitment to Him and to the promises that we make to Him, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we mentioned last night that He said, you're not supposed to do certain things, do's and don'ts, right? You're not supposed to do certain things, specifically those things that hurt you, you're not supposed to do them. And if you do hurt yourself through this haram that I defined for you, because I know it's not good for you, I'm going to punish you. And I need to go and apologize to Him for hurting myself through gunnah and sins. You don't do it with anyone else. You don't go to a doctor and says, I'm so sorry I made myself sick or I have an accident. I apologize. Now help me. You don't apologize, right? Because it had nothing to do with the doctor. But with Allah, you go apologize, you do tawbah, and you ask Him to help you to get better. Look at this intimate relationship, right? So the most important part is in the relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this topic of following His orders, commitment, indeed getting away from haram. Because in that is obedience towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? We mentioned some people think when it comes to, and where we get this from, al-wara'u an maharim Allah. The most important thing in Ramadan, Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Manqul in khutbah Sha'baniyah, that he said what? He said to Amir al-Mu'minin, the best thing is to protect yourself from haram. Imagine how many things we have in Ramadan, right? How many amal, how many ibadat, how many everything. Rasul says the most important thing is just keep yourself away from haram in Ramadan. Is it just Ramadan? No, but if you get used to it, to do it in Ramadan for 1 month, most probably you're going to continue the same thing. Have you paid attention the issues that people had with all Anbiya and Awliya? The problems that, Qawm Nuh, Qawm Lut, Qawm Ad, everything, right? Musa, Isa, all of them, that they had with the Anbiya was not that they are telling us to believe there's one God. You think that was the issue? Of course, Maulana, so Tawheed. They were worshipping things, right? They didn't have issue with worshipping. They were worshipping idols, correct? They had the concept of ibadah within themselves. The problem with the God of Muhammad, Musa, Isa, it was that if I believe in Him, you're going to tell me don't do certain things. Right? If I believe in that, you're going to tell me I have to pray. It's haram to do certain things, so I'm not going to accept it. I deny it from scratch, from the beginning, so I don't have to accept it. We have a hadith saying, Manqul, that the reason the atheists, they do not believe in Allah is not that they have reasons or anything. It's just to dodge the responsibility. If I accept it, you know what's going to happen. So I worship what? I worship idols. Why? Because I can quench that thirst of ubudiyah, quote unquote, to worship something, but the book never tells me, the idol never tells me do something or don't do something. What's the concept of shirk? So I believe in that idol because I bent down. Do you really think they didn't know that the idol doesn't do anything? They're taking care of that need, internal fitrah, that I need to respect and bow down and do ibadat of Allah. Something bigger, right? But that idol is not going to tell me what to do. This is the second time I mentioned this. Why? Because some people believe in Allah from that perspective. Na'uzu billah, na'uzu billah. Allah is that idol for them. So you created me, thank you so much. The difference between you and the idol is that they believed, that is the creator or something. No, they didn't. They believe he's a representative of the creator, right? So I believe you are the creator, but you created it. Khuda Hafiz, don't tell me what to do. Bye-bye. We have different group of people. The aqidah they have towards Allah. So you credited me, now you tell me to pay khums, I have issue now with that. Now I have to wake up for Fajr prayer? No, it's difficult for me. Now I have to control my, that's the difficult part. Isn't it similar to worshiping idol? So be my God, when I need you, I come to you, but don't tell me what to do. What was the title of Rasulullah before he announced his prophethood? Muhammad Amin, right? Meaning, Amin means what? Trustworthy, right? Did they know how amazing this guy is before the prophethood or not? Did they trust him or not? Absolutely, right? Did they believe in him as a very trustworthy and pious person? Yes. They gave everything to him, right? Then why right away after he says, I'm the prophet, they denied him? Why? What's the difference? Isn't it the same trustworthy person? Yes. Then why not? Because he's going to tell us to pray. He's going to tell us we shouldn't drink. He's going to, we have issue with this, Muhammad Amin. We don't have issue with your God. Have God. Have fun with him. Don't tell us. You know, Aus and Khazraj, the beginning, when they wanted to become Muslim, when no one were following Rasulullah, and he was in need to have, fans to follow him. They came to him and says, we're going to follow you. We're going to become Muslim with two conditions. Why? Number one, do not ask us to pray. We're going to believe you're the prophet. Do not ask us to pray. Second, your successor should be among us. Best time for Rasulullah to say, yeah, I need people. Quraysh is going to kill me. You should come and help. Rasul says, nope. The first one, salat, is the order of Allah. I can't tell you not to do it. Second one, my successor, Khalifa, will come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not in my hands. So he would choose who is going to be. Khuda Hafiz. What did they ask for? Remove the ibadat. Taklif. Now you understand what last few nights I was talking about taklif, right? Don't ask us to pray. We're going to follow you. Quraysh, they knew who is Rasulullah. Abu Sufyan, who knew who is Rasulullah. They asked him, do you really, against Muhammad, do not believe him? He says, no, I believe him. I know he's the prophet. So why are you not following him? Because Bani Hashim and Bani Umayyah are like two racing horses. If I accept that he is the prophet, the horse of Bani Hashim will go ahead of us. How naive is that analogy? Some people believe in Allah, na'uzu billah, na'uzu billah, the God that has nothing to do with their daily life. One of the best examples that I know, it makes so much sense for you, is the topic of Ashura. You're so connected to that, right? Didn't they not love, like Imam Hussein? Because love is a sacred word. Didn't they send letters to him? Didn't they say, we're waiting for you to come? Didn't they believe in him? Didn't they say, we want you to be our leader? Come and lead us, come and, right? When they failed, tell me, when was the time that they failed? They had that love. They sent a letter. They were waiting for him. When did they fail? When it came to taklif, responsibility. Now you have to go help us. I have issue with that. Many people beside Hur came and apologized to Imam Hussein. Hur is not the only one. Before the war, someone came. He came to him and says, you know what? I know your haqq from the other side. How do you know? Imam said, he said, I was with your father in Safin. We were coming back, and your father stopped in Karbala, this land. He grabbed the soil, he smelled it, he cried. He says, so and so Ushaq is they're going to be killed here. I know they're not Ushaq, the lovers of Allah. So Imam says, so what are you going to do? Are you going to join us, help us? I said, I have to go. I have my children and my animals waiting for me. I have to go take care of them. He found haqq in the middle of the battle that haqq needs. No, he needs haqq because haqq doesn't need him. He left haqq right there. You see that? When taklif came. Do you think those people who are not practicing Islam right now, if it's youth or adults or anyone, the majority of them, they don't have any issue with the concept of there's one God and worship God, and right? The issue that they have is taklif. Now you want to tell me I can't have hijab, so I have issue with that. So I cannot do certain things, hang out and party and those, I have issue with that. When it comes to taklif, they fail, correct? So now you understand, if we can bring that concept of taklif, haram and halal, the concept of sin, do not commit haram, how many things will be solved? And we mentioned, this is a concept Allah says, sweetheart, it's just because you are hurting yourself. That's why I don't want to do it. I don't want you to do it. It's you, not me. Even if there's no religion, you shouldn't practice that. But because I'm responsible for your training and tarbiyah, I'm putting it this way, I'm making it wajib. So let me ask you a question. I want you to think about it right now. Ready? Yes? All of us? Do you truly by your heart believe that you have to get away from haram of Allah? By your heart. Think about it. Maulana, absolutely. From tomorrow, hukm comes, imagine, or from the beginning. Certain things, halal to do it. You don't have to lower your gaze, alcohol things, or halal. Halal, there's no haram, there's no iqab. Would you practice that? You don't have to pray. Would you pray? Would you pray? That's a good question, right? You don't have to fast throughout Ramadan. Mustahab. If you want, you can do it. Highly, highly recommended. 1,000 and 1,000 sawab. You're going to go directly to heaven. Would you fast? Honestly. Now you see how important is the concept. Awliya of Allah, they're not waiting for halal and haram to do it. That hadith manqul from Amir al-Mu'minin Imam Ali alayhi salatu wassalam. What did he say? Some people worship Allah as business people, right? Businessmen. Ibadatul tujjar, tajir. I do something, you give me something, right? Do? Okay, so it's like a real estate. I pray 2 rakah salat, you give me that. Some people worship out of fear. Ibadatul, the slaves, right? Some people worship Allah because they found Him worthy of worship. Ibadatul ahrar, those people who are free, hur, they worship Allah this way. Because I know what you told me not to do, it's just because it's not good for me. That's it. You know why? Let's say the entire human beings, how many we have? 7 billion something, right? All of them right now became Salman Farsi. Are they going to, benefit Allah? Are they adding something to Allah? What if the entire human beings become Abu Jahl? Are they hurting Allah? So that the reason you told me not to do is because of myself, it's for me. So if you have a friend, you have siblings, cousins, someone who are not practicing, they have issue with understanding this part. That when he says don't do certain things or do certain things, it's not because of him. It's because of you. So if you have some aql and wisdom here, you understand the concept behind this. I don't want to go to detailed psychological examples. Just see some of these video clips that come out from people who are practicing whatever they want, and how many psychological troubles and issues they're causing for themselves. I was watching some video clips from some of the younger ones, non-Muslims. They're saying there's a study actually came out that multiple relationships, illegitimate relationships with people, which average in the United States, teenagers and youth have multiple relationships, cause depression and anxiety, and cause trouble to have commitment to someone permanently. When you experience multiple relationships, you have issue to be committed to someone for permanently. There's no concept of family. You see the crisis of concept of family in the Western countries? There's no concept of family. They can't get attached. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put all this together. All this wajib, don't do, and He make it personal for Himself. If you do it, I'm going to do this. If you do it, by the way, I'm going to make Sha'ban. If you do Sha'ban this way, oh, this much thawab. Go to Ramadan, oh my God, this. Go this. It's like giving chocolate to a kid. For awam. Do you think Amir al-Mu'mineen, he's worshipping Allah because of, oh, give me that chocolate, give me that heaven? You know what he says in the ziyarah, manqul? He says, Ya Allah, if you throw me into the fire, hellfire, I'm going to scream, I'm going to say, I love him. Look at this relationship. You want to see the relationship between Allah? Go recite the du'as in Sahifa Sajjadiyah. Oh my God. Oh, look at that. The most amazing, beautiful, put it in context of romantic context that you can find, you find it in Sahifa Sajjadiyah. If I bend down for the entire of my life, don't drink anything, don't do anything, just do worship and just be with you, I would not be worthy of even be forgiven for one of my issues. What are Ahlul Bayt are saying sorry for? Apologizing for what? They're ma'asum in du'as and ziyarat, right? Allah created us for that sense of kamal. He put the bar here. Some people are still struggling here. He didn't create us to become good. To live. I want you to be the best, to reach that salvation. I want you to is it even possible? I want you to reach a level that when people talk about you later in Ziyarat Waritha, they say, why? Ya laytana kunna ma'akum fanafuza fawzan. So people says, I wish I was like the Joan Ghulam of Hussein. Wow. He's a slave. Social status is down low. No one believe in him. No one hang out with him. He gets to the level to the entire life of this human beings. People will come and says, Ya laytana kunna ma'akum. We wish we were like you the day after in this. So we could reach that fawza azim, success. He said, I want you to live this way. Then I'm still struggling with some halal and haram. Sometimes you might hear from parents to children who didn't do a good job, or as teacher for students. You know what I was thinking about you? What I wanted you to become? What are you doing? I was thinking so and so for you. You're struggling with this. I wanted you to be Habib ibn Madahir. What? They're ma'asum? No. Zuhair ibn Qayn didn't want to come help Imam Hussein. He was Usmani. Yes, the same Zuhair stands up at the day of a night of Ashura. I'm the one, burn me, I want to come back, save my life, sacrifice my life for you and everything. Wherever Imam Hussein stopped from Mecca to Karbala, he didn't want to stop in the same location. I don't want to see Hussein. The same guy. Do you think all of them were Habib ibn Mazahir? Wahhab, Nasrani, he's Christian. Few weeks before he became You see when the love comes? Love in the first sight is not this junk love. It's the love of Hussein. You see him, but you should have some qualities, right? The whole concept is about this taklif. I do something, I'm not supposed to do something, what am I supposed to do? And again, we mentioned, remember yourself in Ramadan, right? You yourself in night of Qadr, oh my God, you're so angel. What am I supposed to do? Any other things, any other taklif? Where should I go, right? God forbid we miss some of the, du'as or some a'mal of night. Maulana, you forgot about this. Ziyarat so-and-so you missed. Calm down. No, we have to do it. Why you want to make yourself so... Why you... 100 rakat salat, we missed it. 2 more rakat is less. How amazing, right? Well, I didn't finish my juz of Quran yet. Let me finish this. Because you love him to tell you what to do. Right? You love him in Ramadan to tell you, do it, sweetheart. I want to, absolutely. You want me to? I will do it. The issue is some people get tired. They just want it to be 1 month. But that tradition says what? If you knew what is this Ramadan, you want it to be the whole year. I request everyone to silence your phone, please, because this azan, they're not hujjah. So if you say azan, someone might make a mistake. They think it's azan, break their fast. This is not the hujjah of breaking your fast. If you go based on this and later on you realize that it was not azan, the whole day is missed, you have to do it again, right? So inshallah, put everything on silence. We'll give 5 minutes extra for ihtiyat as well. Anyhow, salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. An abd should comes to a level, to get to a level, we should get to, what did he say? He wants us to see that, to salvation, kamal, right? He wants to get to the level just waiting for his orders. What else do you want me to do? Anything else? That you love him to say, do it, don't do it. Do it, don't do it. Those who are married, remember when you were engaged? You were waiting for her or him to call. What else do you want? Absolutely, I'll buy it for you. You want to go out? Let's do it. When the love was in the peak of the relationship. Well, indeed, if you someone translate the concept of abd and mawla. Abd doesn't have any decision from himself, right? Abd is whatever you want. Abd means Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. So I told you, they're asking him, Hussein, why are you going to Karbala? Big companion, right? They think they can teach Imam al-Hussein. Why are you going to Karbala, to Kufa? You know that, people there. Well, in Allah sha'an yaraki qatila. I have to go. Allah wants to see me be killed. Don't take your family. And Allah sha'an yarahunna qatila. Sabaya. Allah wants to see them become asir. As if there's no other reasons. There's enough. Because Allah wants it for me, that's enough reason. I don't need any other psychological, logical reason. He wants me to do it, khalas, I will do it. What do you mean? I don't need any other reasons. The maqam al-taslim, you see? Sayyidah Zainab sallallahu alayha. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. How is she doing? We never find that she complains, no, we shouldn't do it, it's going to be so difficult, oh my God, I'm going to be all alone here. One lady among all difficulties. One person. And the musibat she carried is not just Karbala. Imagine from Rasulullah to her mother, to her father, to her brother, Imam Hassan, and then in front of her, right? 18 members of her family in front of her eyes be beheaded. And then she said, "Ma ra'aytu illa jamila." Why? He wants it. Khalas. There's no discussion. That's it. He wants it. I want it. I love him. Just ask me for something. I don't know if you have seen or not, in the worldly relationship, I just want him to ask me to do something. I love just do something for him. Yeah, it is possible to get to that level. It is possible. Step by step. What do I need to do? Those changes, those goals that we're talking about, right? ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم أن لا تعبدوا الشيطان. The issue here is that we already gave that promise to him as well. Didn't I take that promise, that covenant from you that I told you don't worship shaitan? Yes, you did. So I told you, yeah, and I accepted. Is my God the God that is inside my daily life? Or is my God is the one who created me and he's somewhere, he's just watching me and he shouldn't interfere with my daily life? Majority of people, if not, they accept this first version. Yep, I have no issue with that God. Thank you for creating me, Khuda Hafiz. What can I do to love the taklif? To make it more exciting for myself. To make Ramadan, now you understand why Ramadan is important. Why we have mandatory things in Ramadan, right? To practice that. To be committed to this. This concept of commitment that we have. That you promise Allah, you promise to be committed to Him. That's one section. I promise that I follow you. I promise others to do certain things. Am I following it? A mu'min is the one who is very loyal, right? Stays strong with what he promised, she promises. Remember when you wanted to get married? How many promises you told each other? Yeah, I'm going to do this. Yeah, Bismillah. Yeah, don't worry. You're going to have the Bismillah. Yeah. 50% if you do it, she's going to be very happy. 30% you do, he's going to be satisfied. It's a promise. Right? How many of you guys, you follow the promises you made to yourself? Now you understand this concept of commitment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of being excited to follow what He says. That goes back to my daily life, to my own psychology. Huh? Yes, I'm going to finish Quran recitation in this and this. I'm going to finish reading this book. I want to do this. I'm going to go to the gym. I want to lose weight. All right? I promise I want to, okay. Some people don't even give any promises to themselves. Some people give, they cannot fulfill. But a believer is different because they already practice fulfilling the promises with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's easy for them to fulfill promises with other people too. Khulf wa'da in Islam is what? To break your promises is haram. Simply, right? If you promise someone that I'm going to be there at 5 o'clock, if you're not at 5 o'clock, if you promise, that's haram, simply haram. That's it, khalas. There's no other way to look at it. Because Islam says, what kind of mu'min are you? What kind of a believer you are that you promise something and you don't fulfill it? Impossible. When it comes to the relationship, when it comes to in-laws, at the beginning when you were looking to get a daughter for your son, oh my God, yes, mashallah, subhanallah, right? Now that there's a lot of attention, are you seeing the haqq? Are you seeing the right side? Are you taking the wrong side? Just because they're your family. You know that you're going to stand in front of Allah at the day of judgment for misjudging the situation, regardless if they're son, daughter, whatever, your side. Because between two people. God forbidden that I say sometimes the families are the reason for divorce of their young ones. Multiple occasions I see. I'm just so surprised. I mean, like, so you come to masjid as well, right? Yeah. So on night of Qadr you say Ilahi Alaf as well, right? So you cause the divorce of your son or your daughter as well. Yeah, mashallah. Subhanallah. I don't know how you put these contradictions together. It totally doesn't make sense. If you ask me, one of the worst sins ever to cause troubles between two mahram. The worst troubles. And you put something, and when I'm talking, those people who are hearing me, please don't go back to, there are some people causing issue to our relationship. No, first go look at yourself. How did you do that you opened the door for others to interfere into your relationship? Certain things sometimes I see in people that I just pause and I think, how is it even possible? This is the basic things. Someone, mother-in-laws, caused the issue between the family, and two of the children-in-law, they got divorced because of her. The rumors that she sent over to the community. Men and women, doesn't matter, Either side can be. Commitment. Saying things in holistically my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from all aspects. If someone comes to you and complains and have issue, they have problem, what kind of advice you give? Do you take the sides of your friends, the side of your family member, the side of, or you see the reality and haqq? No, I think you made a mistake here. Well, this is ma'ruf, right? No, you shouldn't have done this. No, make sure you go to a professional, talk about this. I want your support. No, you're wrong. Your son did something, your daughter did something. No, don't tell me how to parent. No, it's us. In the Islamic community, it should be the way that when my son comes to the center, that uncle and aunt can come and tell my son, that was wrong, sweetheart, in a nice, professional, beautiful way, right? That was not okay, that's okay, do this and do that. Not that I get upset that why you're telling my daughter and my son what to do. This secular perspective that got into our lifestyle as well, that some people confuse between these two. Cultural things, Islamic things, and secular things. They don't know which one they have to take. The key to that is one thing. Following Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, khalas. Sincerely for that sake. At least practicing. Practicing. It's not easy to do it from the beginning, but practicing to be able to get there. That's the most important part. Some people don't even practice that. It's between I want to read that book and finish that book. Some people don't even have that goal, mashallah, right? I ask them how many books you read per year. Per year? Right? What was the last book that you read? Second grade, I read something, right? Well, the second person, at least, he said, I made the goal. She said, I made the goal for myself. I couldn't finish it. I do my best next time to do it. At least they are making some goals. At least they have the dream to do something, right? At least in Ramadan to make a dream. At least I want to become absolutely one of the shuhada of Karbala to that level. To that level? Absolutely. Come on. The son of Allama Majlisi came and says, Allama told him, who do you want to become? He says, I want to become someone like you, mashallah, Allama Majlisi. He said, I want to become Imam Sadiq, I became Majlisi. You want to become like me? Allah knows who you want to become, right? Goal here. I can come here and say, brothers and sisters, make sure you don't do ghaibah, right? I can't put your level that low. Astaghfirullah. Make sure you don't lie. Make sure you be nice to each other. How about that, right? But how many years? How many years on this member we should talk about the first grade concept? I need to respect you to say, hey, how many years you're sitting here in Ramadan? Tell me, based on your age, right? Some of you guys, as long as you remember you're coming to this gathering, Majalis, Imam Hussein, everything, right? So how many years we should talk about 2 times 2, 4? When are we going to go to the complex equation that we learn in the college? When is the next time I say this Ramadan, I want to make it more difficult for myself? Yep, this is my goal. We said that. If you stay in the 5th grade, 10th grade, in the college for 5 years, all 5 years, you'll be the best students. You're not the best students, you're failing. 2 years in 1 grade, you'll be the best students, you're failing. How about 2 years in Ramadan, I be the same? Fail. Make sense or no? Tell me yes or no. Yes? Some people are not saying yes. Right? Let's work on this. I want to make myself to get to a status when Allah says to do something, I say something. How can I do it? I finish with this. Practice with the orders of the Imam of the time of yourself, right? At our time, Imam Mahdi alayhi salatu wassalam. If Shuhada of Karbala could reach salvation because they practice ubudiyyah and taslim to Imam of their time. Hussein tells me what to do, khalas, I will do it. Now you see, one of the most important things in Ramadan is the concept of wilayat that we mentioned. Do you think Malik Ashar is asking for reason for Imam Ali when he tells him to do something? Ya Ali, tell me why, then I'll do it. No, just tell me what to do, I'll do it. Before you tell me, I'll do it. They practice worshipping Allah and ubudiyyah and being taslim and submitted to Allah by practicing to be taslim to who? To Imam of their time. On the lower version, in Jama'ah, you make yourself so submitted to Imam Jama'ah. Before he goes to ruku, no, you're not supposed to go to ruku. Before he stand up, no, you're not. You're practicing taslim to the leader because you want to be Muslim. You want to be submitted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the weakest level that ultimately reach to what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammadin wa ajjal farajahum. Allahumma ajjal waliyaka al-faraj wal-afiyata wal-nasr wa mujja fi umrih al-sharif wa zayyana al-ardha batul baqa'ih waj'alna min a'wanihi wa ansarihi wa shi'atih. Ya Rahman ya Rahim, thabbit qulubana ala dinik. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, bihaqq al-Hussein, hasten the dhuhr of our Imam Mahdi. Let us and our generation to be among the best of the followers of our Imam. Do not let anyone from our generation to be against the path of Islam, Quran, and Ahlul Bayt. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, those around the world, mu'min and mu'minat under difficulties. Bihaqq Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, provide the opportunities of safety and comfort for all of them. Those who have hajat and requests, my respected brothers and sisters, give them khair hajat. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, those who are sick, bihaqq Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, cure them at this moment. Those who passed away, they were not among us anymore. What's the meaning of the name of this lady who passed away? Sister Rubab Reza, they just passed away. And all marhumin and marhumat, Ya Allah, bihaqq Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, at this moment, send the best of thawab and reward from our gathering to their souls. رحم الله من يقرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات.
سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن عليًا ولي الله. أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين عليًا حجة الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. حي على خير العمل. حي على خير العمل. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وسلم.
استغفر الله ربي واتوب اليه. الله اكبر الله اكبر. اشهد ان لا اله الا الله. اشهد ان لا اله الا الله. اشهد ان محمدا رسول الله.
اللهم صل على محمد وآله.
اشهد ان محمدا رسول الله.
اللهم صل على محمد وآله.
اشهد ان عليا ولي الله.
اللهم صل على محمد.
اشهد ان عليا واولاده المعصومين حجج الله. على الصلاة على الصلاة على الفلاح على الفلاح على خير العمل على خير العمل. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. استغفر الله. أستغفر الله من جميع ما كره الله. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار واحشرنا مع المتقين والأبرار. اللهم عجل وليك الفرج. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. حول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. يا ولي العافية نسألك العافية عافية الدين والدنيا والآخرة. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله. تسبيح جناب زهرا سلام الله عليها. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. يا علي يا عظيم يا غفور يا رحيم. أنت الرب العظيم الذي ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. وهذا شهر عظمته وكرمته وشرفته وفضلته على الشهور، وهو شهر الذي فرضت صيامه علي، وهو شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان، وجعلت فيه ليلة القدر وجعلتها خير من 1000 الشهر. فيا ذا المن ولا يمن عليك من علي بفقاق رقبة من النار، في من تمن عليه وادخلني الجنة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Surah Fatiha and Salat Mayyat is requested for Marhuma Rubab Raza Hussain bint Asad Raza. And Surah Fatiha is also requested for the marhumins of tonight's Niyaz sponsor, Ya Marhumin Shahada Islam, wa kul arwahil marhumin al marhumat sawabul Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Tomorrow's program will be a slightly different pattern, inshallah. Tomorrow we'll have this similar, starting the Quran circle at 6:45 p.m. Then Majlis in English by Maulana Sayyid Hadi Yassin at 7:20, followed by Salat al-Maghriban. Both Salat al-Maghrib and Isha will be recited. After that, iftar break, and then in the night we'll have, by 9 p.m. we'll have Surah Yasin for the Saleh Sawab. This is a Soyam Majlis for Sister Rubab Raza Hussain. 9:15 Sozu Salam and Marsiya, and 9:40 Majlis in Urdu by Maulana Sayyid Irtiza Naqvi. And program will conclude with Ziyarat. All brothers and sisters are kindly requested to please attend on time and give pursa to the family.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله حي والصلاة حي والصلاة حي والفلاح حي والفلاح حي على خير الأعمال حي على خير الأعمال الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله اللهم صل
اللهم صل على محمد. أحسن طيب الله ما شاء الله يا زهرة. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح هيا على خير العمل هيا على خير العمل. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. استغفر الله وأسأله التوبة. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. حول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد يا لطيف ارحم عبدك الضعيف الله أكبر الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله تسبيح جناب زهرا سلام الله عليها
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد استغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه استغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه استغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم أدخل على أهل القبور السرور اللهم أغني كل فقير اللهم أشبع كل جاوي اللهم اكسو كل عريان اللهم اقضي دين كل مدين اللهم فرج عن كل مكروه اللهم رد كل غريب اللهم فك كل أسير اللهم أصلح كل فاسد من أمور المسلمين اللهم اشف كل مريض اللهم اشف كل مريض اللهم سد فقرنا بغناك اللهم غير سوء حالنا بحسن حالك اللهم اغضي عنا الدين وأغننا من الفقر إنك على كل شيء قدير وصلى الله على محمد وآل محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Surah Fatiha is requested for marhum Muhammad Ali Qasim Ali Chatriwala, and today inshallah we have a sister, young sister, who will be giving the youth presentation. May I request Sister Masuma Rawchani to please take the mic from me and she can present it from the ladies side. Bar Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad salawat. Sister Masuma Ravjani.
Surah Al-Nasr, the Divine Help. Place and Order of Revolution. Place of Revolution. Medina. Order of Revolution. 102nd Surah revealed to the Prophet. Current order in Quran. 110th Surah. Number of verses 3. Virtuous and effects. Recite 7 times along with Surah Fath for victory against enemies. The one who recites this surah frequently is held in the same status as those who were with the Holy Prophet when Makkah was conquered. Imam Jafar Sadiq said, He who recites Surah Nasr in his optional or obligatory prayers, Allah makes him successful in defeating his enemies, and on the day of judgment he will come with a letter which talks. Verily, Allah has brought him out of his grave with that letter as an immunity from the beat of and fire of Jahannam. It is clear that these virtues and honor is for that person who not only recites with the tongue, but also follows the way of the Messenger of Allah and practices his religion and his tradition. Key points. This surah descended at Medina after the Hijrat, migration of the prophets, from Mecca to Medina. When he was around 53 years old, it gives the glad tidings and good news of the great victory, conquest of Mecca, after which people in large groups accepted Islam. So to thank God for this victory and assistance, it orders the prophet to celebrate the praise of his Lord and pleads to him for forgiveness. The conquest of Mecca. The pagans of Mecca opposed and persecuted the Holy Prophet from the day he openly preached the religion of Allah to them. And then he migrated to Medina. All the conspiracies, intrigues, and plots of the Meccans and their allies to destroy the Holy Prophet and his mission had failed. Cause of war. The cause of this war was that Quraysh broke Hudaybiyah peace treaty. In 6 AH, after the 3 great wars of Badr, Uhud, and Khandaq, finally Muslims and politics signed a peace treaty with the politics in Hudaybiyah, a region according to which for 10 years there would be peace between the two parties. However, after 2 years, Quraysh broke this treaty by having a war in which people were killed from both sides. In a short time, the prophets prepared and went to conquer Mecca with a great army and a final domination of Islam. Consequences. After the bloodless conquest of Mecca, as no one got killed from either side, the promise of God for achieving the power by Muslims was fulfilled. Mecca was seized by Muslims, and the politics of Quraysh were defeated forever. By the conquest of Mecca, almost all the peninsula was turned to Islam. This conquest had great religious, political, and social fruits for Mecca. Conquest of Mecca. Imam Ali broke the idols. The Holy Prophet stood at the entrance of Kaaba and said, "There is no God save Allah." He fulfilled his promise and helped his servant. Inside the Kaaba, he pointed to each of the 360 idols with his staff, reciting, "Truth has come and falsehood has vanished." And the idols fell down on his face. The great idol named Hubal was fixed on a high position beyond reach. To destroy it, the Holy Prophet asked Ali to mount on his shoulders. Ali, standing over the shoulders of the Holy Prophet, wrenched the idol and threw it to the ground. It crashed into pieces. Verses and comments. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ. When there comes the help of Allah and the victory. The statement is in answer to those who doubted the Prophet and continually asked, when will the help of Allah come? It guarantees victory. The victory of Mecca came on the eighth year after the Prophet's migration to Medina and after a lifetime of struggle and conflict. This victory ensured no more conflicts and total domination. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. And you see men entering the religion of Allah in throngs. After the conquest of Mecca, the promise of God for achieving the power by Muslims was fulfilled. Mecca was seized by Muslims, and the politics of Quraysh were defeated forever. Abu Sufyan and others who were embraced in the mercy of the Prophet were called Tulaqa, meaning the freed. After the saying of the Prophet, go for you are the freed. By the conquest of Mecca, the greatest military force in the peninsula was formed. No tribe, no tribal united forces was able to stand against it. After a while, almost all the peninsula was turned to Islam. This conquest had great religious, political, and social fruits for Mecca. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ أَسْتَغْفِرْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا. Then celebrate the praise of your Lord and plead his forgiveness. Surely he is oft returning to mercy. This verse is a request to human beings to declare the perfection of Allah, glorification at each event of success in their lives, seeking his grace and protection through forgiveness of shortcomings. The three aspects of remembrance are tasbih, to declare his perfection, tahmid, praise and gratitude, istighfar, acknowledgement of one's faults. Did you know the conquest of Mecca happened in the month of Ramadan, 8AH, which was 3 years after Hudaybiyah peace treaty? The conquest of Mecca is considered the biggest victory of Islam. Surah An-Nasr, Surah Asr, and Surah Kawthar are the surahs that consist of 3 verses. However, Surah Kawthar is considered the shortest due to the length of the verses. The Tulqas remembers of those who got freed on the day of victory of Makkah were not allowed to become caliphs. Bibi Zainab alayhi salam, in her famous speech to Yazid in Sham, referred Yazid as the Tulqa, O son of freed slaves. In this your justice, that you keep your own daughters and slave maids veiled, while the daughters of Rasulullah are being paraded from place to place exposed.
Please recite aloud salawat to our little sister Masuma Rawjani. Jazakallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajum. Requesting Brother Mahmoud for dua iftitah. Bakir.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم كن وليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا اللهم صل على محمد اللهم إني أفتتح الثناء بحمدك وأنت مسدد للصواب بمنك وأيقنت أنك أنت أرحم الراحمين في موضع العفو والرحمة وأشد المعاقبين في موضع النكال والنغمة وأعظم المتجبرين في موضع الكبرياء والعظمة اللهم أذنت لي في دعائك ومسألتك فاسمع يا سميع مدحتي وعجب يا رحيم دعوتي وأقل يا غفور أثرتي فكم يا إلهي من كربة قد فرجتها وهموم قد كشفتها وأثرة قد أغلتها ورحمة قد نشرتها وحلقة بلاء قد فككتها الحمد لله الذي لم يتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا ولم يكن له شريك في الملك ولم يكن له ولي من الذل وكبره تكبيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد الحمد لله بجميع محامده كلها على جميع نعمه كلها الحمد لله الذي لا مضاد له في ملكه ولا منازع له في أمره الحمد لله الذي لا شريك له في خلقه ولا شبيه له في عظمته. الحمد لله الفاشي في الخلق أمره وحمده الظاهر بالكرم مجده. الباسط بالجود يده الذي لا تنقص خزائنه ولا تزيده كثرة العطاء إلا وجودا وكرما. إنه هو العزيز الوهاب. اللهم إني أسألك قليلا من كثير مع حاجة بي إليه عظيمة وغناك عنه قديم وهو عندي كثير وهو عليك سهل يسير. اللهم إنا عفك عن ذنبي وتجاوزك عن خطيئتي وسفحك عن ظلمي وسترك على قبيح عملي وحلمك عن كثير جرمي عندما كان من خطئي وعمدي. أتمعني في أن أسألك مولا أستوجبه منك الذي رزقتني من رحمتك وأريتني من قدرتك وعرفتني من إجابتك فسرت أدعوك آمنا وأسألك مستأنسا لا خائفا ولا وجلا مدلا عليك فيما قصدت فيه إليك. فإن أبت عني أتبت بجهلي عليك ولعل الذي أبت عني هو خير لي لعلمك بعاقبة الأمور. فلم أر مولا كريما أصبر على عبد لئيم منك علي يا رب. إنك تدعوني فأوليك وتتحبب إلي فأتبغض إليك وتتبدد إلي فلا أقبل منك. كأن لي التتبل عليك فلم يمنعك ذلك من الرحمة لي والإحسان إلي والتفضل علي بجودك وكرمك. فارحم عبدك الجاهل وجد عليه بفضل إحسانك إنك جواد كريم. الحمد لله مالك الملك مجري الفلك مسخر الرياح فالق الإصباح ديان الدين رب العالمين. الحمد لله على حلمه بعد علمه والحمد لله على عفه بعد قدرته والحمد لله على طول أناته في غضبه وهو قادر على ما يريد. الحمد لله خالق الخلق باسط الرزق فالق الإصباح ذي الجلال والإكرام والفضل والإنعام الذي بعد فلا يرام وقرب فشهد النجوى تبارك وتعالى. الحمد لله الذي ليس له منازع يعادل ولا شبيه يشاكل ولا ظهير يعاضد. غهر بعزته العزا وتواضع لعظمته العظماء. فبلغ بقدرته ما يشاء. الحمد لله الذي يجيبني حين أنادي ويستر علي كل عورة وأنا أعصي ويعظم النعمة علي فلا أجازي. فكم من موهبة حنيئة قد أعطاني وعظيمة مخوفة قد كفاني وبحجة مونقة قد أروني فأثني عليه حامدا وأذكره مسبحا. الحمد لله الذي لا يهتك حجابه ولا يغلق بابه ولا يرد سائل ولا يخيب عامل. الحمد لله الذي يؤمن الخائفين وينجي الصالحين ويرفع المستضعفين ويضع المستكبرين ويهلك ملوكا ويستخلف آخرين. والحمد لله قاسم الجبارين مبير الظالمين مدرك الحاربين نكال الظالمين صريخ المستصرخين موضع حاجات الطالبين مؤتمد المؤمنين. الحمد لله الذي من خشيته ترعد السماء وسكانها وترجف الأرض وعمارها وتموج البحار ومن يسبح في غمراتها. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. الحمد لله الذي يخلق ولم يخلق ويرزق ولا يرزق ويطعم ولا يطعم ويميت الأحياء ويحيي الموتى وهو حي لا يموت بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وعمينك وصفيك وحبيبك وخيرتك من خلقك وحافظ سرك ومبلغ رسالاتك أفضل وأحسن وأجمل وأكمل وأزكى وأنمى وأطيب وأطهر وأسنى وأكثر ما صليت وباركت وترحمت وتحننت وسلمت على أحد من عبادك وأنبيائك ورسلك وصفتك وأهل الكرامة عليك من خلقك. اللهم وصل على علي أمير المؤمنين ووصي رسول رب العالمين عبدك ووليك وأخي رسولك وحجتك على خلقك بآيتك الكبرى والنبي العظيم. وصل على الصديقة الطاهرة فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين. وصل على سبتي الرحمة وإمامي الهدى الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة. وصل على أئمة المسلمين علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف الحوض المهدي. حججك على عبادك وأمنائك في بلادك صلاة كثيرة دائمة. اللهم وصل على ولي أمرك القائم المؤمل والعدل المنتظر وخفه بملائكتك المقربين وأيده بروح القدس يا رب العالمين. صلوات. اللهم صل على محمد. اللهم اجعله الداعي إلى كتابك والقائم بدينك. استخلفه في الأرض كما استخلفت الذين من قبله. مكن له دينه الذي ارتضيته له أبدله من بعد خوفه أمنا. يعبدك لا يشرك بك شيئا. اللهم أعزه وأعزز به وانصره وانتصر به وانصره نصرا عزيزا وافتح له فتحا يسيرا واجعل له من لدنك سلطانا نصيرا. اللهم أظهر به دينك وسنة نبيك حتى لو يستخفي بشيء من الحق مخافة أحد من الخلق. اللهم إنا نرغب إليك في دولة كريمة تعز بها الإسلام وأهله وتذل بها النفاق وأهله وتجعلنا فيها من الدعاة إلى طاعتك والعودة إلى سبيلك وترزقنا بها كرامة الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم ما عرفتنا من الحق فحملنا وما قصرنا عنه فبلغنا. اللهم المم به شأثنا واشعب به سدعنا وارتق به فتقنا وكثر به قلتنا وأعزز به ذلتنا وأغن به عائلنا واقض به عن مغرمنا واجبر به فقرنا وسد به خلتنا ويسر به أسرنا وبيض به وجوهنا وفك به أسرنا وأنجه به تلبتنا وأنجز به مواعيدنا واستجب به دعوتنا وأعتنا به سؤلنا وبلغنا به من الدنيا والآخرة مولانا واعتنا به فوق رغبتنا. يا خير المسؤولين وأوسع المؤتين اشف به صدورنا وأذهب به غيظ قلوبنا واهدنا به لما اختلف فيه من الحق بإذنك إنك تهدي من تشاء إلى صراط مستقيم وانصرنا به على عدوك وعدونا إله الحق آمين اللهم إنا نشكو إليك فقد نبينا صلواتك عليه وآله وغيبة ولينا وكثرة عذوبنا وقلة عددنا وشدة الفتن بنا وتظاهر الزمان علينا فصل على محمد وآله وإنا على ذلك بفتح منك وتؤجل وبذر تكشف ونصر تعز وسلطان حق تظهر ورحمة منك تجللناها وعافية منك تلبسناها برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم برحمتك في الصالحين فادخلنا وفي عليين فارفعنا وبكأس من معين من عين سلسبيل فاسقنا ومن الحور العين برحمتك فزوجنا ومن الولدان المخلدين كأنهم لؤلؤ مكنون فأخدمنا ومن ثمار الجنة ولحوم الطير فأتمنا ومن ثياب السندس والحرير والاستبرق فألبسنا وليلة القدر وحج بيتك الحرام وقتلا في سبيلك فوفق لنا وصالح الدعاء والمسألة فاستجب لنا وإذا جمعت الأولين والآخرين يوم القيامة فارحمنا وبراءة من النار فاكتب لنا وفي جهنم فلا تغلنا وفي عذابك وحوانك فلا تبتلنا ومن الزقوم والذريع فلا تطعمنا ومع الشياطين فلا تجعلنا وفي النار على وجوهنا فلا تكببنا ومن ثياب النار وسراويل الغترون فلا تلبسنا ومن كل سوء يا لا إله إلا أنت بحق لا إله إلا أنت فنجنا وصلى الله على محمد وآل محمد
صل على محمد وآل محمد متوجه زيارته السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين وابن سيد الوصيين السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين خصوصا سيدي مولاي أبو الفضل العباس وقاسم بن الحسن ومسلم بن يقيل وهاني بن أروى وحبيب بن مظاهر والحر الشهيد الرياحي السلام عليكم يا سادات وموالي جميع ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء السلام عليك يا سلطان العرب والعجم يا علي بن موسى الرضا روح وجسمك الفداء ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله مخرجك وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته بوادب الصلوات